So, after accidentally deleting my first pass of this video, let me try this one more time. Welcome, I'm Duuz-Diz-Din, and I'm here to bring you a review of Sonic the Hedgehog by IDW, issue number 25, titled A Sudden Shift. This is the milestone issue that really just shows how far this series can go, and the various twists and turns and changes in directions, how on a dime a bad situation can get even worse. Let's jump in to this spectacular issue. Now, we open up where the last issue kind of left off to a certain degree, in terms of both our heroes and our villains. Sonic the Hedgehog is just coming off of, unfortunately, having no choice but to leave Tangle behind, and only a handful of refugees are left across almost the entirety of the world. Well, mostly the specific continent that they're on. But they're headed to Angel Island in order to find some form of relief in terms of everything that's been going on. Angel Island is so detached from everything that's been going on, and Knuckles has been guarding the Master Emerald in lieu of originally heading up the Resistance. He ended up breaking away when they became the Restoration, leaving it to Amy, and he's just been guarding the Master Emerald. But now he has no choice but to be involved in the showdown. As Sonic arrives, unfortunately not having been able to run around on the ship, the virus has almost completely taken him over. So he goes dashing off to wear it off, leaving the explanation of the recent events all up to Amy and Tails. Meanwhile, we have the Deadly Six entering into Eggman's domain, thanks to Dr. Starline, using them as a means of controlling the metal virus. Unfortunately, of course, they immediately go on the offensive, but Starline has the conch. He tries to sound it. Unfortunately, because it all relies on lung capacity and having range, he has none of that. He's right in the fray. So immediately Zaz headbutts him, Xena grabs the conch. It's done. It's over. The revolt of the Deadly Six is already happening. But, of course, we all knew this was going to happen. While Starline was prepared for all of this, he didn't account for the fact that, there are factors that you just can't plan for in terms of stuff like this. So, Eggman and Starline beat a hasty retreat as Zavok 6 Metal Sonic on them, so Eggman, Starline, and Metal Sonic all go through the portal. So, left to their own devices, Zavok decides that they will continue to spread the metal virus and use the Chaos Emeralds in order to boost their power and range of their control over metallic and robotic beings. And so, we also have Orbot seemingly betraying Eggman and siding with Zavok and the Deadly Six, but that's to keep his free will and stay in communication with Rouge, who is in communication with everybody else. So we have our lady on the inside, basically. So Zavok distributes the emeralds amongst the rest of the Deadly Six, and they go out into the world to cause havoc. Meanwhile, Eggman, Starline, and Metal Sonic arrive on Angel Island. It's interesting that they just ended up there, but while everyone is all too ready to bash their heads in, Sonic calls a timeout, saying, okay, no. Eggman had the advantage, every advantage. There's no reason he should be showing up like this. What's the angle here? And we end up finding out that the Deadly Six the heroes end up finding out about the situation with the Deadly Six, gaining even more information from Rouge, who is on the inside, relaying to everyone else, while they keep a close eye on the bad guys. I love the showdown going on between Gemerald and Metal Sonic. It's just like, nice. I would love to actually see them throw down, but Rouge relays the plan that Zavik has had to use the Chaos Emeralds and spread the metal virus. And Eggman notes just how tough this virus actually is, how it'll spread. And he notes that, it will continue to just possess the various organic creatures until they eventually disintegrate in 200 years. Which Silver chimes in, that's his time. The time that he comes from, there are no people left, not even the Deadly Six. It's all just foliage that has been metallicized. So, ultimately, this is a future he has come back to stop, and it is running rampant. Meanwhile, Cream actually has to step in Whisper's line of fire to keep her from taking down Eggman. And this is a bitter moment for Whisper because, Cream isn't saying don't kill him. And that really says something. But she knows that they need Eggman's help in order to cure this virus, in order to save her mother, in order to save Tangle. That's the only reason anyone would allow this monster to survive. And despite everything, Whisper accepts this, but Eggman has taken a lot from her. A lot. Everything. But on this is something that Cream can sympathize with. And that is the only reason that Whisper is listening to her. Because Cream understands what it's like to lose everyone you love, especially in this situation. And it's that hope of getting it back that keeps her from killing the egg. So, our heroes and villains discuss how they need to go about, reversing this whole situation and coming up with the idea that they should give the Chaos Emeralds to Sonic in order to get him to take care of the virus. But because the Deadly Six are all over the world, spreading out all over the world, they need to figure out how to get to all of them. With Eggman deciding that maybe the Warp Topaz should be used, with him boosting its power in order to get it, allow them to get to all the Deadly Six instantaneously. Starline is immediately against this, feeling that the Warp Topaz is too unstable for such a thing. Even getting ready to warp away himself and figure things out on his own, feeling that Eggman cannot be trusted with such planning, only to be grabbed by Metal Sonic and be stripped of the Warp Topaz, flung through the portal to parts unknown, which nobody stops, by the way, because, as Sonic puts it, he's the one who brought Eggman back, he's the one who allowed Eggman to spread this virus, he deserves what he gets. We're letting this happen. Which is cold, but at the same time, you gotta understand where Sonic is coming from. He feels some kind of way towards Starline. He feels some kind of way about all of this. So, Eggman and Tails get to work on, using the Warp Topaz to create a multi-portal generator to help get various people to the emeralds out there. However, they realize that they're going to need some form of backup, you know, some form of extra help. And Amy has just the people in mind. The only people who are actually left because they own an airship and were able to stay away from a lot of what was going on, namely the Babylon Rogues. But Jet is none too keen on helping our heroes out, even when Wave brings up the fact that, hey, how are we going to refuel? How are we going to eat? And who are we going to steal from if we don't help them out? But ultimately, Sonic has no choice but to stroke Jet's ego in order to get him to help out. Giving up a little bit of his pride is a small price to pay for saving the world. So Jet's on board. Meanwhile, the Deadly Six are having a raucous good time, going out into the world, infecting and indulging in all of their base desires. And Zavik continues to spread the virus from coast to coast. Today, this continent, tomorrow, the world. and I love this shot at the end. It is absolutely delicious. The pencils here were amazing. I believe it was Evan Stanley, I think it was, who did the pencils here. But great work. The art in the series has always been top notch, time and time again. And I just really have to applaud everything I've seen here. The story continues to take twists and turns and go in dark directions. And, it just continues to shock and surprise. Now, the Deadly Six kind of puts a bit of a wrench into things, as they're not the most compelling villains. Oh, pencils done by Adam Bryce Thomas. Oh, yes. Uh, because they're both so detailed in the way that they do things, but yeah, I should have known. He has a great touch as well. But the Deadly Six aren't the most compelling villains. They're kind of one note, but with the virus being the way that it is, it continues to be this menace, and having it just spread farther and farther the way that they're doing it creates a situation where Eggman has no choice but to help the heroes find the cure. And without that, they kind of be screwed because they had no other options. So it's just some great writing on Ian's part to create this situation where Eggman has no choice but to fix what he broke. So I'm really looking forward to the next issue. I hope you'll join me. Subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on another Sonic the Hedgehog issue review. And hit the like button or the dislike button depending on how you felt on this video. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.